ashamed as even pious Hindus to say that this is our culture, this is how our tradition is. We go to the temple, we worship, we ring a bell, we do. No intellectual person, especially if he is so-called educated in a good university, do not want to associate with such type of terminology and especially call themselves religious, even though they are very pious people, even though they are very devoted in family tradition. But when it comes to presenting their identity to the rest of the world, we all know that this is kind of a taboo word. You don't want to say I'm religious. People we hear as devotees, we hear so many times we preach, and especially they are intelligent people, so-called educated people, they'll try to say we are spiritual, but we are not religious. This is the narrative that's been going on, and it is not overnight. This has not happened overnight. Of course, Srila Prabhupada, he presented the Krishna conscious philosophy in so wonderful way that we all have gone right deep into it, and we understood, yes, this is this is the Sanatana Dharma. No matter what the big scientists are saying, Nobel Prize winners are saying, we immediately latched on to what Srila Prabhupada is saying, and he gave us that faith. That's amazing. But Prabhupada also mentioned several things about the Sanatana Dharma. He was actually a single person. He was like an ambassador, bringing not just introducing some external rituals to the rest of the world. That's not what he did. Today, all of us, we know the depth of what Srila Prabhupada has presented to us. But what happened, if you see the entire history, actually, even while Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was there 500 years ago, this Ram Janma Bhumi, Ayodhya, the temple was still there. The deities were being worshipped. But after that, I think it is, I have some facts here.
Go to the next.
Is it which year? 15,
26, something, 26.
Babar came. 1528, Babar came. Okay, I think this is the one. Next slide.
Yes, so you go to the next. Yeah, it's with Babar, 1545.
28, I think.
Yeah.
1528. He demolished the temple. And of course, as a side fact, what happened was they found actually a 1500-page document released by Aurangzeb, how systematically all the holy places have to be demolished and a mosque has to be built on top of it. That includes Kasi Vishwanath, Varanasi, Mathura, where Krishna Janmasthala is there, the birthplace, the jail today. Even if you as a pilgrim, if you go there to Mathura, you are allowed to go everywhere except the jail. Even today, that is a problem. You cannot actually go there. And you cannot even, Dwarka. Dwarka, of course, we have Dwarka temple, but the ruins of Dwarka, they have been debunked. They are not real. Krishna was not there. So many things happened. But you'll see how this particular instance, this particular Ramachandra installation of the deity has changed the landscape of everything. We know how important it is when Prabhupada went to Vrindavan. He was so particular about selecting that space because it was Raman Reti, Krishna and Balaram played there. Just because Krishna and Balaram played there, we have that significance. We know how important it is. And Prabhupada insisted we want a temple right there. Such is the significance. Even in Mayapur, when Jagannath Das Babaji was being carried in the basket, as soon as he came to Yogapeeth, he was so ecstatic. He jumped out of the basket and he said, "This is the place. This is the place we should have the temple. That's where yoga feet is made. So we know these places of significance, how important it is in devotee's life. So that was systematically demolished, and then politically to be secure, everything, then the political narrative is that, oh, we all have to be secular, all religions have to maintain peace and harmony, and these are the kind of narratives have been told, and everybody was, of course, as it is, nobody want to do any devotional there. If there is a small opportunity, we all like to go back into Maya and say, okay, there's so much problem, why deal with it? Let's not bother with it. If we go there, then again Hindu Muslim riots and all that. So everybody stopped worrying about it, even though there were very few who started fighting about it. So this particular
You want to go to the next page? Which page you want to go to?
next
The, which page?
3.
Page number 3. You just see,
Yeah.
okay, you want to talk about this?
Yeah. So now sometimes Prabhupada was asked by reporters very early days, how many disciples you have? So Prabhupada said, oh, we have disciples. It was very early. So he said, we have thousands of disciples. Then he went on to say, in Australia, we have so many, in Europe, we have so many, in America, we have so many. Then the reporter asked, in India, how many you have? Prabhupada said, oh, in India, everybody is a devotee. So it is a fact. But we also know all these devotees, they are in hiding. They are like incognito. They're just waiting. Prabhupada said, those who are taken birth in India, it's very easy. Just scratch the surface, they become devotees. But of course, they also are very ambitious. They want to earn extra, become whatever. And that's the reason everybody is here. So Prabhupada also said, okay, leave them alone. You can focus on preaching to the Westerners. So we hear that kind of statements also. But the point is, all the population, 1 billion people, they all understand Krishna consciousness and it is deep rooted in their culture and it's subtly present in everybody's culture. So when Ayodhya, the temple was going to be built, so Modi did 2 things. Even he built wonderful highways all over from everywhere, from anywhere you can come to Ayodhya. It's one of the best highways that you can get. So you can approach by road, you can approach by train, and also there's an international airport. So all ways you can actually come. So the news memes that they have is all roads lead to Ayodhya, not home anymore. So in Ayodhya, when the railway station is being built, there's one devotee from Bangalore. He came and he built this squirrel. So everybody knows the significance of what is squirrel. In every language, it's called differently. In Telugu, we call it Udana Seva. In Kannada, it's called Udiyal Seva. In Tamil, Andil Seva. Meaning, it's very, when Ram was trying to build the bridge, everybody, all the mighty Vanar Sena was throwing big boulders and all that. But a small squirrel also wanted to do some seva. But then, big Vanaras were, said, what are you trying to do? They were laughing at it. But Ramchandra said, no, he's doing a wonderful seva. And he touched the squirrel and he actually patted on the back. Now, there are 3 stripes on the squirrel. It is significant because a Discovery Channel made one research on that, and they found out this squirrel with the stripe on the back is available only in India, nowhere else in the world. Now, you want to say that it is, I have to wait for evidence. I have to see if it is true or false. People are not waiting for such evidence. Everybody needs this. Imagine somebody randomly building uh, an effigy like this, one statue randomly like that. Why would you do that? Because everybody knows this is part of the culture. It's part of the culture. The Ramayana is already there in their blood. So immediately somebody is trying to represent a small, and it's a deep devotional sentiment. It's not a small thing. It might sound very, very trivial in terms of, oh, it's just a squirrel statue. No, it's not. The entire philosophy is behind that. It's complete bhakti yoga. It's not even remotely something, some other yoga system. No, it's direct bhakti yoga system. Another important aspect here, Modi, as a prime minister, he did a wonderful service. We hear from Bhagavad Gita, Yad Yad Acharati Shreshta Tadhar Eva Karo Janana. So you need one good leader to do a wonderful job so that the rest of the country will follow, correct? We all heard that from Bhagavad Gita, how Prabhupada mentions. In fact, there were times when devotees also thought, oh, maybe Prabhupada, we should join politics. So you all know that story is better than me. So that was not the intention anyway, whether devotees become politicians and then rule the country, that's a different aspect altogether. But here, there is a politician already who is having wonderful association from devotees. In fact, I heard Modi, while he was a chief minister, he would visit Yashomadinandan Prabhu in Ahmedabad a lot at that time. So I'm sure he had one wonderful association and he has very, very soft corner for ISKCON and preaching activities. And today, Modi, whenever he travels internationally, anybody he meets, he has one agenda. And he mentioned that, I don't know if we have that
No, we
link
don't
of
have
that.
this.
So he said, I make it a point to give a gift because everybody gives gifts, all international dignitaries, they exchange gifts. But Modi, he made it a point to give a gift of Bhagavad Gita. He said, I mean, I'm a simple fellow, I don't have anything. What can I give? So I have Bhagavad Gita. Then he says, anyway, what do these people what can they receive better than Bhagavad Gita? So I might as well give Bhagavad Gita as a gift. I wish it was Bhagavad Gita as in this burger. I don't know which Bhagavad Gita, whatever it is. It's wonderful, gesture from being in that position. It's not ordinary. So now, he also, what he did.
Next
is,
slide.
No, this particular slide. Everybody received a personal invitation to the temple. All the religious heads, everybody received invitation. Of course, from ISKCON also everybody got invitation. And here there is Sabari. Sabari, she is a tribal devotee. She is a tribal, and the significance of Sabari is just like Vidura. He was in ecstasy when he met Krishna. He was peeling banana leaves and
Banana.
he threw the banana, but he was giving the peel to Krishna. Krishna accepted it. The same way, in a similar mood, Shabari was told by her guru that one day Ramchandra is going to come. The Supreme Lord will visit your place. So ever since, she was very young at that time. So when you can see in the picture, she's very old. So she waited all through and collecting berries. And she would always make sure I have to offer the right berries to the Lord. What if the berry is bitter or sour? I cannot offer. So she did not consider any other mood other than just offering the sweetest berries to the Lord. So she would actually make it juta and then bite it, and then which is actually not fit for offering. How can you offer something to bite first? We all know as devotees that's not right. It's totally not acceptable practice at all. But this Shabari, she went like that and she offered, and Ramachandra lovingly accepted her berries. So sweet it was. And that's the kind of mood. The entire dynasty, her tribal dynasty, is still recognized in India. I don't remember the name of it. I think
They
it's
write
some-
Ram Nam all
all
over
over
their
the
body. Entire
Like
body,
tattoo.
it's like tattoo. Entire body.
Yeah,
And those people were invited actually.
they are from Chandigarh, someplace. So they were personally invited by Modi, even though they were from this clan. The next one you can do. Yeah, so this is another wonderful devotional aspect that you will find in the entire country of India. Even though at that time it is very popular, polygamy was allowed. I mean, like you can marry any number of king, especially you can have more wives, not just one. In fact, Ramachandra's father himself had three wives, but Ramachandra made it a point only one ever and one wife. It's a very popular statement in India. Today also we all understand that's one of the things Prabhupada also mentioned. When you marry, there is nothing called as divorce. You marry once, so you just live. How did this culture come about? It is from Ramachandra's example. We are talking somewhere in Treta Yuga and still in Kali Yuga, we still understand that tradition is so deep rooted. Today, with the influence of time and Kali Yuga, these things have eroded quite fast. But I think the divorce law itself was introduced in India in only 1974. Before that, there was no law. Legally, you cannot even divorce. So that's a very new introduction. So these are some of the things already there in the culture, but these are not prevalent or these are not openly practiced or they feel shy right now to tell. But all those things are shattered and it's like a groundbreaking thing. Now, for all the people of that faith, we can openly practice. That's the kind of example Modi is setting. And it has actually made that kind of a statement. And same thing with chanting of the holy names of Ram. It is very common. Everybody, all pure devotees are made, so many all over the world, and everybody knows about chanting of the holy names of Krishna or Rama, even before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came. But this temple inauguration not only brought just the Hindus, even the Muslims came together to sing and chant. It's not a small thing. I have some videos. I think the next one.
See if you can go to the next. No, not that. Not that. Go back. Go next. Go to the next slide. Oh, this
yeah.
is the other one.
There is something very, very significant also to us. The artist was interviewed, the sculptor. You can see the picture before and after installation. So this person,
You
his
would put
first
video.
deity that he carved was Srila Prabhupada's deity. Yes. His name is
Arun Yogiraj.
Arun Yogiraj. His first deity he carved was Srila Prabhupada's deity he carved in South India.
You want to
And
put the
then-
video?
And then there is a beautiful video of him.
Where is that deity from the top?
I think somewhere in Karnataka. I think you temple where Kanakpura, I think.
I don't know. I don't know.
Kanakpura, I think something there. This is the one?
Limited gambling.
Sorry, what is this?
It helps to
Where did it go?
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can it? Oh, why it's going to that?
That's just its.
Oh no. Suchi, can you click the link again? See? No, we cannot.
Oh, that's.
अभी अपने लाल को नहीं पहचान पाए जिसको आपने गढ़ा शांत कर दिया मतलब गर्भ की जगह आपने हृदय के गर्भ
You can translate it.
It's important.
नहीं, वो
Pause it.
It's translated. I've seen this. I've seen
Yeah.
all this stuff.
Yeah.
So basically what he's saying, he's being interviewed and he's saying 10 days has been there for the installation ceremony, but I can tell with guarantee that this is not the deity that I have carved. They asked him, can you replicate this? He said, no, I cannot, because this is not the deity I carved.
Each
What I carved is different after the installation is not the same person.
He also mentioned some experiences he had every day between 4 and 5 in the afternoon. Monkeys would come to try and see what he was doing. So I think through the window, he covered
Yeah,
the window, then they would knock on the door
to make sure
to
that
make sure that, he was what he was doing. And this happened for a long time. He said for 7 months, he didn't actually get sleep because he was always meditating.
Yes.
And then he got injured. And the doctor said, you have to take rest. He got, I don't know what he got, probably a piece of bread or whatever, in one of his eyes. And he continued carving with a patch on his eye. That was his dedication. And he comes from a generation of eight generations.
generations.
yeah, sculptures.
He did this for 8 months.
7 months, I
7
think.
months.
7 months
7
it took him
months,
to build, to make the deal.
And you can clearly see how he has literally transformed. It's
The-
totally, the eyes itself are very.
Actually, in the picture, it's not showing so well over here, but if you see in the phone, you can see the eyes actually very, very,
Very, very.
very different. The eyes are completely different. Face, smile,
It's
everything.
like human eyes.
And the body also. Go to the next page. Yeah, here you can see better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
here you
more
can-
clear.
Yeah, see the eyes before and after. Yeah. And the body also of the deity is more, that looks like a deity, but this is like a person. There's so much difference between the top picture and the bottom picture.
So Modi was invited, I mean, Modi was supposed to do the Pran Pratishtha. So Modi asked, what is it that I should be doing as a king? I mean, like, he's invited like a king because he should be doing the installation ceremony. Please tell us, advise, what's the best recommendation that you guys can give me? So all the devotees, they sent him, at least 3 days you should be fasting. So Modi took that very seriously and he fasted for 11 days. He drank only coconut water. He slept on the floor. And then on the 11th day, he broke the fast before the installation. Of course, it was not just 11 days. He was preparing for much longer period.
He was like the traveler.
And yes, that was so important. He traveled to all the places, holy places where Ramachandra visited, where he went to Sri Rama first, where Vibhishan was worshipping Sri Ramana. And he took all the symbols of whatever he wanted to put inside Ayodhya temple. So the devotees there, they gave him. Then from there, he went to Rameshwar. There again, he picked up all the symbols of significance and he went to Ayodhya. Like that, it's a very, very austere path he had taken. He was very dedicated.
He also listened to the Ramayana.
Yeah, everywhere.
Every place where he was continuously hearing Ramayana.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was seeing that how the devotion of all the people was in their language.
Yes.
Even though he would not understand the language, but he can understand the essence of what they are speaking, you
Yeah.
know. That's
So there were two important people who actually.
you want to talk about
played
this?
key
This
role. Yeah, this you should see actually.
actually
Put-
can you put the video on?
No, at the bottom there is a play button. Yeah,
Play if it works.
play.
No, not this. Not this, not this, not this. Go back. Yeah, this doesn't play. Okay, you can just talk about it.
Or you should actually see the video of this. These are people walking from Nepal barefoot just for coming for the inauguration.
This is like a swarm of people. That is all people actually walking.
They're all. And never ends, number of people. But if you really see in the video, each person is carrying some gifts on their head. And what is that? It's either saris, jewelry, or everything they're carrying on their head, walking all the way from Nepal because they believe Sita is their daughter and they are going to the father-in-law's place.
Oh, daughters.
Daughter-in-laws to actually give when you meet, it's like a dowry. You give a dowry. So hundreds
Gifts, actually, it's
they're
not-
all gifts. Like a dowry, I mean like a gift. When you visit the daughter, you go and give like that. So with that mood, you should actually see the swarm of people like that. Me, I don't know why the link is not working.
It's not working. Which
You have this slide where the gifts are coming from all over Southeast Asia.
we didn't actually put that
That's
also.
another thing. This giving gifts did not stop. So people were bringing all types of gifts, including grains, groceries, everything. Most significant of all is silver. You know what the temple management has announced? That please stop sending gifts. We don't have place to store them. We are not talking about grains or anything. We are talking about silver.
Bars of silver.
Bars of silver. There is no place to store silver. Can you imagine that problem? Problem of plenty. That is a kind of inspiration that you're talking about. I mean, I won't be able to justify even one person to represent a billion people's emotion. It is a very great devotional sentiment. What inspired is one person, Modi. Even though there are opposition leaders, they will all say, oh, it's a political stand and all that. No, if it is only for that, it is not going to inspire that many people. It is unbelievable what transformation has come. It is a perfect playground for all the devotees to introduce Sankirtana without any hesitation.
I don't know if you have a slide, but the crown, if you can show.
Yeah.
That crown is worth over 1 crore. I don't know how much that is.
The jewelry
How much
itself.
that is in dollars.
Yeah.
That's donated by one family.
Yeah.
One person has
Yeah.
donated that.
And
But she's
people,
talking about donation, I should tell them. You know, there were 60 lakh people, 6 million people donated to the temple. Not a single penny of taxpayers' money went there. It's completely donation.
yeah, there is a slide.
$400 million is raised. 400 million. And 200 million was spent, not the original principal money, the interest that accrued only was spent. So the original 400 million is still there.
I don't know how much million is there, but yeah,
It
they
is
they
still
use,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, it's only the interest they have spent. It's significant. It's very, very
The
significant.
trucks of grains are coming over there and their warehouses are so full. They are telling to people, please don't send because we don't have people to even unload. Even if we unload, where are we going to keep? So please don't send. There are 10 trucks standing there. I couldn't find, I wasted a lot of my time to find that video, but I couldn't find it again.
There's
No, no,
also,
why?
This person is one of the most important persons who played a very significant role in the court case. This was all the while in the court case. Finally, the verdict was given by the Supreme Court of India in 2019, September, December, something like that, just before COVID hit,
December 9th,
December 9th.
December 9th it was, no?
Then-
2000, yeah.
Imagine during the entire COVID period, all these people did the volunteers, went there, collected all the money. It's unbelievable feat. And this person is a Muslim. He
No,
is
no,
a
no, this is
Muslim.
Ram Bhattacharya. This is Ram Bhattacharya.
Oh, she's in the wrong slide.
Yeah. You're both talking about different stuff.
Uh,
Next,
oh, you're talking about KK Muhammad.
yeah,
take it.
yeah, this man.
This man, he is the one who made a statement. He said that was in 1992 or something. He made a statement. He's an
Yeah.
archaeologist. He's an archaeologist. He made a statement. He said, "Yeah, there are a lot of symbols of Hindu worship when we did excavation. They thought they can put that under the carpet." And that one statement was caught on by so many people and they never left it. And they forced the government to conduct
A second.
a second survey to be conducted exactly where the mosque is present.
He was blasted.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He was
He was
blasted.
Yeah.
blasted by all the Muslims.
And not only that, he was actually transferred. They wanted to
Yeah.
actually,
He-
because he went to the newspaper and he spoke like the
Openly.
truth. So then the government actually told him that you cannot talk like that. Inside information you're not supposed to tell. So then finally he was not removed from the job, but he was transferred. And he got
transferred,
death.
went to Kerala in hiding. He was always in hiding.
And
And
he
finally, he did the second survey, and then you'll see.
go to the
here-
next slide.
Yeah, go to the next.
Go to the next slide. Next. Look, next slide. Next slide. You want to see the
The excavation site.
switch it, go next.
Go
Ah,
to the next.
Ah.
Yes.
So these,
These are all the things that were found in the excavation site.
the next,
Next,
next.
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 Look at the pillars. There were 54 pillars or something.
Yeah,
Next.
yeah.
Next.
So go
Yeah,
back
go
actually
back.
now. Go back now.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about the history, little bit about the history.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
1528.
Okay.
Yeah,
So there are about 150, the mob which came in 1992.
okay, go to the next slide. He's talking about the next slide. Okay, demolition.
The demolition, with mere hands. They were so angry, all these people, 150,000 people, they climbed on the dome and they just with hands, they pounded the mosque and it came to flat ground immediately. They were so angry at that time.
I was close by.
Yeah,
Really?
I mean, I wasn't like in it, but I was pretty close and
And-
we were in early at that time.
when this happened, yeah. It was the most difficult time because riots
Couldn't
everywhere.
travel, couldn't
Yeah.
by train.
Yeah. Yeah, because the people of,
Next important witness who came to the court and he gave was this devotee.
Ram
He's Ramabhadracharya, he's from Ramanuja line. And the important aspect, background of him is that he was blind by birth. He could not see anything, but he gave a deposition of all the testimony. You know how many he gave? 441
Evidences.
evidences he has given from the scripture, from Ramayana. You can see all the scriptures that he quoted. Ramayana, Ramatapaniya, Upanishad, Kanda Purana, Yajurveda, Atharvaveda, to support his viewpoint that Ayodhya is actually the place where Lord Ramachandra appeared. All these citations were there, and he quoted each one of them, and the court ordered to go and verify all this. Out of 441, almost
all, almost
400 you can say,
Yeah.
were verified as
Almost.
facts.
400 and almost 39.
Oh,
Only one
400.
or two they could
They
not
could
maybe,
Okay.
but everything they were able to verify.
Verify. And he could not see, he could not do anything. I mean, but he could recite everything. And one very important point was he gave latitude and longitude. Based on astrology, he gave latitude and longitude, and they went exactly at that point. They found like 12 pillars.
Oh, wow.
And he's blind.
And
And
he's
he's
blind by birth.
Yeah.
And he
No, I think they will have a museum. I don't know as of now, but I think they will make a museum out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they made a new temple now.
True.
They have used all the artisans whoever built the pillars and everything, they're all handmade. So all such construction people, artists were brought and they have built actually. And record time in 4 years to build such a huge structure is really great.
So he also gave evidences for Varanasi, where next to the Vishwanath temple, abutting that is a mosque. And Nandi was to a wall, and he told Nandi will never face to a wall. Nandi is always facing to Shiva. There will be Shivalinga. And to their surprise, they said there was a fountain. It's actually not a fountain where all the Muslims wash
Their feet.
Intentionally, they made it like that. And that's the next thing that they will want to order for. The court order is going to be coming to excavate and find actually Shivalinga is there.
Actually, they found already, but they are not.
Yeah. And then now they want the same archaeologist. He is also part of Dwarka excavation, the drowned city of Dwarka, where actually he himself read a lot of scriptures and he found out there is evidence that there is a storm which is going to come and will drown the city of Dwarka. So he worked with Mr. Professor Rao, who actually did the diving and he got all the.
They have not done as much. They have to do much more.
Yeah, but he is part of that. And he is also part of Krishna Janmasthana.
So
that is going to be very significant.
Yeah. So you can go back and what this, you want to, I think you can hear that other, the KK Mohammed. See, KK Mohammed's video is there.
It's not,
Yeah, but at least
it's not an.
but you can understand, see what he's.
तो मैं हिंदू होना चाहता है ऐसा क्यों होता है हिंदुइज्म एक बहुत लिबरल थॉट है हम अगर में जाइए अभी को न मानिए आप चलो विष्णु को मानिए विष्णु को तभी आप बहुत लिबरल थॉट है ये मॉडर्न जमाने की हिंदुइज्म द मोस्ट जो सुटेबल रिलीजन अगर कोई है वो हिंदुइज्म है बाकी सब जगह इट इज सेंसिटिव रिलीजन जैसे Christianity हुआ, Judaism हुआ, Islam हुआ, ये बहुत straight chapter present उसमें अगर वो नहीं करेंगे तो ये नहीं करेंगे अगर इस विश्वास आपको नहीं है इस विश्वास नहीं है you are outside the framework of Christianity, Judaism, Islam तो ये अगर एक आदमी liberal आदमी अकेले अगर कोई liberal है that is serious.
So this is
very significant.
This is his personal opinion.
This is his opinion about Hinduism, basically, but he is himself a Muslim. And he believes that how Hinduism is so great that it encompasses every pain right there. So there is nothing called as heretic or you will be expelled if you don't believe like this. It doesn't say anything like that. That's his idea, which is almost exactly what Krishna also says in a little different way. But the point is, this one event is actually a catalyst. It's a catalyst. I wouldn't say it has already done it, but it's a catalyst for a very good preaching ground for all of us. That's a wonderful.
Yeah.
Let's try Hare Krishna. Straight away we can do. Actually, we saw that COVID time was a perfect place because everybody, so many thousands of devotees, everybody was going online and preaching. They were all laying the ground for this. So many are trying to learn Bhagavad Gita. There are thousands and thousands who are enrolled in devotees.
Which sheet are you on?
This is Rama Krishna.
Okay, I think we covered him. Yeah. Yeah, this also we covered.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah. Yeah, and that no,
And then
verdict, you didn't talk about the verdict.
for Modi, how Modi was praised, because what he did after the temple inauguration was done, he was actually taking the prasad of all the flowers, just like we give garlands to all the devotees there. Like that, Modi was taking all these flowers and he was covering up all the construction workers. So there were Muslim reporters who came and they praised Modi, saying that Taj Mahal also was built. What's such a great structure today? It's the seventh wonder of the world or something. But what did Shah Jahan do? He chopped off all the workers' hands. He was so cruel. So they were comparing Modi with this guy, and he was so noble like that. There's a video. You
I
can
don't know
get
where
it.
is, which one is it now? We are, no, not this. Go back. After all this? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
See if you can. Yeah, pause it.
For Prime Minister to do that, it's not a small thing.
Yeah. Want to show how he going down to the deity and everything?
Yeah.
You can put that video on also. Yeah,
After 11 days of Anushఠan, cleanse
you can forward it a bit in the middle you can go. So, middle.
it reminds you this month, thinking that you are after Yajman,
Forward.
the Yajman's duty to give this Dakshina, it is because they have performed the task of bringing you closer to the Almighty, and now the parikrama of Sri Ram's idol or the Vigraha is happening right now. A pledge to follow in the path of Sri Ram. Dakshina given to the Purohit.
Forward it.
Purohit will carry this tradition forward.
Yeah, yeah. Right.
These are live images that stream from the Garbhagriha
Even Saksha, Dandavat.
Reborn.
the Sakshan Dandavat Pranam. RSS sheet want Bhagavad standing mission, but this is Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
That's it.
You know, from Bhagavatam, how Ambrish Maharaj is praised, because he was a king, always he's very calm and he is honored with great pomp and respect. Such a king is bowing down in front of Krishna. That is real honor for the head, not the crown and decoration. So Modi is definitely
And you
understanding
can put that
that.
also, the other one also. You can see what's happening over there, how people, everyone is crying, literally. You were crying? I was crying. Yeah. First.
So these parents we might think they are sentiments, Sahajya type, people are crying, but Prabhupada actually confirmed there's a quote, I don't know that quote, Prabhupada explains, even crying is a wonderful symptom that you can, you're blessed. It might be covered right away, but it's a wonderful sentiment for so many people to exhibit that symptom of tears for the Supreme Lord. As devotees, we all have expressed such sentiments, even though again, Maya will cover us like that. we cry against some silly things also. Whereas in pure devotion, we are not supposed to shed our tears with anything material. But that's a higher understanding and higher practice. But at general, what Prabhupada says also, these are all Kanishadikari who does not understand so much of devotional principles, but in social order, to come, the highest social order is to become a Brahmin. But that may be the lowest or beginning point is Kanishadikari. But the Kanishadikari is not so small because it's the highest order in the social structure. So it is not a small thing, even if somebody is a Kanishadikari, even if they are all a billion Kanishadikaris, it's not a small thing. It is still wonderful. We know, 14th chapter, if you read,
That I have put, I think. Go to the next, right? Go to the next. Yeah, this one, you want to talk about this?
no, I didn't-
14 and 16 we have put.
no, 14th chapter of the teachings of Lord Chaitanya.
Oh,
Teachings of Lord Chaitanya, it says actually, I like this particularly very much. We all know Draupadi was blessed with this unlimited sari, right? But then, how is that possible? You know, unlimited sari. So Chaitanya Charitamrita, so beautifully Prabhupada is explaining one of the ecstatic symptoms that a devotee gets when you touch Krishna, when you chant Krishna's holy name purely, it is Sambhoga. Sambhoga is one of the ecstasies of chanting, pure chanting. And one of the aspects of Sambhoga is unlimited rest. That was shocking for the first time I heard, oh. So because Draupadi uttered the holy name so purely, so she was able to experience this aspect of the Lord that her dress became unlimited. I never understood in that way when I read Chaitanya Charitamrita. That was like an eye-opener for me. I thought I'd share that because I know so many people have chanted the holy name in different ways and everybody has different experience. And what Prabhupada is presenting us is the highest bar. There we should be, but we know where we are. So we
maybe
don't
lower
care.
than that also.
Maybe lower than that. So we have to go there. We know that's the standard. But at least in general, in mass, like for example, somebody might be cooking a little bit at home. They never seen what is bulk cooking, right? When they come to ISKCON temple, they'll see, oh, what is bulk cooking? We do so much of bulk cooking. So like that, this is bulk devotees being made in droves, in millions. We have never seen that. So at least 1% dedication to this kind of effort, whether they will become pure devotees in this life or not, is up to us. How much you can reap the garden. So it's a right market for us devotees to go and see. And I feel it is also a place where I want to touch a little bit where Krishna said, all the enmity, it begins with Titikshava,
Go back. Suchi, back.
all the
First one,
qualities,
Matra.
personal qualities for a devotee. Yeah,
This one?
yeah. This is the first instruction actually. Even before Krishna starts the topic of spiritual aspect, he said, even the pre-qualification to become a spiritualist, a transcendentalist, is Titikshava. Means you have to learn to tolerate. So Titikshava starts only in 2.1414 and it graduates to 1217, not Dveshti. So when you learn this quality of controlling, what you should graduate, that quality of controlling of duality is for what it should inspire you to get this quality of non-Dveshti. You don't hate anything, anybody. And then, of course, we also know it graduates, Krishna graduates that topic, and then there are 25 qualities. It expands. The same Titikshava quality expands into 25 qualities here. And then the same thing even though this is the ending of the Bhagavad Gita, starting of Bhagavatam, it goes again saying Tikshava, the same controlling tendency, but here it expands, the quality expands to Suhridam Sarvadehina, Suhrida Sarvadehina. You become friend of all the living entities. Ajata Shatruvaha. You have no enemies. A devotee means has no enemies. Ajata Shatru. This is Sadhu Purushanam. This is how a sadhu should be decorated, not with any other quality, not with any other external things. These are the decorations of a sadhu. So, as devotees, we should decorate ourselves with these kind of qualities and give a wonderful example, because there is no good example out there for them to practice. For us, just like us, we are also like stagnant water. So she was telling in the car very nicely. Stagnant water only stinks. Sometimes it catches all the moss and all that. But if it's a flowing water, flowing river, never such things are there. So in our consciousness, if we are stagnant, all these dirty qualities, they stink in our consciousness. But as we become progressive, we don't stop. We keep progressing in Krishna consciousness, then we become ever fresh, and it's very attractive for anybody to come in touch with such devotees. It will be so nice. How do I become friends with them? It should feel like that. That's the kind of inspiration we should be giving out to these kind of people who are just got a new faith. So I thought some nice pictures here of devotees, Madhukar and Radha.
This is Bharat Milap. You know Bharat Milap?
Ram and Bharat. When then Ramachandra came back, Bharata was also hugging each other. So all enmity, all fighting, all in hatred should end.
Very good.
Very good. I'll stop here.
Can I make a few comments?
Yeah, please.
About prasadam distribution.
Yeah.
If you go on YouTube,
Go back.
a lot of it is in Hindi and maybe other languages,
Okay.
but ISKCON has got so much exposure from this inauguration
Yes.
because they've been interviewing different devotees, asking philosophical questions. And of course, the Chopati devotees have
There are
set up
five
camp.
pandals. Yeah, 5 pandals.
They've set up a camp where they're feeding 10,000 pilgrims a day.
Wow.
So the TV news crew went in.
Yeah.
And Gaurang Prabhu was explaining how they're cooking and what they're cooking, and they showed them the deities.
Yeah.
And this reporter is asking, well, some people say, well, Ram is imaginary. So he's giving him, he has a very good sense of humor. So he's explaining to him, well, if he was imaginary, people in this day and age imagine so many things. But for someone who has been there since Treta Yuga, you have to be pretty real to be a marketable commodity after Treta Yuga,
Right.
and they were saying, well, you guys always chant Hare Krishna and Hare Rama, you chant Hare Krishna first, whereas in the Upanishads, it is Hare Rama, and then Hare Krishna comes later. So I said, how can you explain this? Why do you always chant Hare Krishna when we know it's Hare? My father used to do the same thing. He used to chant Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, then Hare Krishna. Because he said, this is what it is. So they asked him, why do you do that? And he was giving an answer, a philosophical answer. And I was thinking, well, so many misconceptions that people have about our movement.
Yes.
Or what we do. So many things got cleared up.
Right.
Because they were asking all these questions and they were seeing how much devotees are doing, and so many devotees are pressing invitations. So
Yeah.
that's really is awakening. It's like the giant is sleeping and is finally being, like Kumbhakarna was sleeping, and then finally he's spotted open. So many people feel like India was sleeping spiritually, and
now-
this is a spiritual awakening.
Okay.
And hopefully this will be the start of something, because you can say, okay, culturally, this is a big thing.
Yes.
Architecturally, this is a big thing. Because after this temple, there's another temple that's being inaugurated in Dubai,
Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi.
Yeah. Swaminarayan Temple.
Swaminarayan Temple, massive,
Yeah.
massive temple in a Muslim country.
Yes.
And Narendra Modi is going to go to the inauguration.
Over there.
So you can say this is a cultural revival, this is an architectural revival. You can say it's patriotic because everyone is coming together. In the past in India, different kings had their kingdoms. You know, they had the Pandyas, the Cholas, different kingdoms in different parts of India, and they would build temples.
Yeah.
But this is one temple that is uniting
Yes.
all of India.
Yes.
It's not in a particular kingdom under a particular ruler. This is one temple, and which is so significant because
Yes.
people have been waiting over 500
500
years. There are incredible stories of women, old women who have taken a vow of silence for over a year or more. Until this temple is finished, I'm not going to speak. People who have fasted,
30 years one lady
people
did
who have
not speak.
fasted, people who have
30 years.
fasted from food, fasted
Yeah.
from speaking. I mean, such is the devotion. There was a video of Bhakti Rasamit Swami. He was saying, you know, we get the VIP treatment. We come by plane. There's a car to pick
Yeah.
us up. We
Yeah.
get an invitation. But hundreds and millions and thousands of people are
People are
walking barefoot.
Yeah.
They're
like that.
bundling up their clothes.
Mhm.
They have no place to sleep, no place to go. The sheer devotion of these common people is astounding. We're all VIPs. You can see on YouTube videos all these famous Bollywood stars and
Yeah.
sports stars. They're all coming in their chartered planes, and you know the whole media is taking all their pictures and everything. But these are the devotion of the common people is unparalleled, and regardless
These are
of regardless of the politics,
Yeah.
because there's tons of politics, because they're saying this is a political move because elections are coming up, he wants to be re-elected. But this was in the manifesto of the BJP. This was
Yes.
one of the things they said we will accomplish
Yes.
so he's fulfilling his mandate.
And also, you want to invite the Lord in the deity. He's not sure that he will come. If he's 100% sure that he will come, then he can postpone it. He's leaving it to the people of India that if you call me back, I'll come. But he did it before because while I'm there, I want to personally make sure that I invite the Lord very nicely, perfectly, as per the Shastra.
No other
that is
prime
very
minister
beautiful.
in the history of India could have done
What
he has done.
Yes.
Even ISKCON devotees are saying he's a shining example
Yes.
of what Bhagavad Gita says, yad yad archarikim shreshtas. So many young people are inspired.
We met this Karseva, volunteer worker. You would not see such Karma Yoga, they are all Karma Yogis. They have very huge properties. Very huge means literally it's like hundreds of crores of rupees, millions of dollars. Such properties they run, they are leaders of that, like you can say like a Duncan president. Nothing is in their name. Nothing, literally nothing. And you have to see them, how they live. It is like sadhu, just like sadhu. And they are just volunteers. They are not any spiritual practitioners or anything like that. They already know this kind of detached way of living, simple living and all. So very, very common knowledge is for them.
Yeah.
And there are these Muslim, there are 4 Muslim girls, so beautifully they sang Ram Bhajan. So I thought I could play this.
It won't come on that, at least you can. But there are so many people, Hindus, Muslims, and Sikhs, everyone, they're getting united with this. There has never been after independence, India never had a movement like this in which the entire India was actually united like this. Modi told, don't come to Ayodhya. All the people, he was asking people, please do not come to Ayodhya. We don't have so many facilities for all of you. Right now, don't come. Please stay in your city, wherever you are, and please worship over there. And people literally went over there, and everybody was chanting. From Ekadashi day, Sunday was Ekadashi, Dwadashi, whole day people are doing just Ram Nam, continuously. that was like, the entire,
Yeah.
India was
Imagine
vibrated.
both countries saying one with one voice.
Yeah.
Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram.
Do you have a picture? They lit 20, because there's 24,000 verses in the Ramayana.
Yeah,
They lit
I did.
24,000
Lamps.
lamps, and the ghee was brought from Gujarat.
Yeah,
And they had 24,000 yagya kunds.
Yes.
yeah.
This is the Guinness World Record. Because
And
I
they
don't
had-
think they've ever had that many kundas,
There's
20.
one guy who made a dhoop, agarbatti,
Oh, yeah.
3.4 tons.
Yeah.
One
It
agarbatti.
was,
3.4. I'm sure to carry that, he had ordered a 60 feet truck.
and how they carried.
They
I mean,
carry all the
everybody.
way. It will light
Different
for, I don't
ways.
know how many months it will light.
Yeah, 3 months, I think it will like. There was one ghee lamp which is built, I don't know how tall it is. And the ghee in that, when they put that ghee also was brought from Rajasthan, and that ghee lamp will light for 3 months or something. That is amazing. Oh, each one wants to give something to Ramachandra.
But I have to
mean-
say one thing, there's one gift that's not in public, it's on the alternate media, it's
What
not
is
a
that?
regular news channel, anything.
What?
This is the gift by the scientists, the ISRO.
I heard about it. I didn't see
ISRO
that.
scientists, They, if you look at the architecture of any temple in India, it's based on Vastu Shastra.
Yeah,
So if they took a picture of, I don't know, the space,
yeah,
or from drone, whatever, the layout of the Ayodhya temple resembles a body that's Vastu Purusha, a body that's lying down. And the exact measurement of the deity of Ram is 51
yeah, it is.
inches.
Yeah,
The reason for that is, and the scientists have done this, because all the temples, and not all, but a lot of the temples, especially Konark and other places, they were built in such a way that, and this is a testimony to astronomy and astrology,
Mhm.
that when the sun's rays would come, they would be shining on the deities. Like sometimes we see the
Yeah.
sun is shining on Lord
Around,
Chaitanya, Lord Nityananda, but the temples were built like this. So what the ISRO scientists did, and that's why the deity is 51 inches, they have figured out that on Ram Navami day,
yeah, yes.
there will be a tilak which will be formed by the sun's rays.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Imagine the calculation, astronomical, astrology, all this combined together, then they've had all these mirrors and refractors, and
Yeah,
different things. So when the sun hits, it's going to form a tilak, and that is known as the Surya tilak, because Lord Ramachandra
is
appeared
from the
in the
Surya.
Surya dynasty.
But
But this will happen only on Ram Navami day.
so
so
people
this
will
is-
flock to.
Flock to Ayodhya. So right now, there is a tradition in India, we call it Char Dham, which means 4 dhams are important. If you did the pilgrimage of all these 4 places, your life is successful. 4 are, of course, one is Jagannath Puri, Rameshwar, then
Dwarka and Badrinath.
Badrinath. So these are 4, Char Dham. Now the new slogan is Panch Dham. You have to finish Ayodhya also.
Nobody can, avoid that.
Avoid
We all
that.
have to.
And I'm sure
So
most
actually, we all know, I mean, like, when we do devotional service, it's not we as devotees, we might think we are doing something. We are not doing. Like Prabhupada gave a very nice example. He said, you take a stick and you hit a snake. Now, who hit the snake? You or the stick? We all know. The person behind the stick. So, as devotees, we want to become the stick in Krishna's hand. So ultimately, all the devotional activity actually is inspired and done by Krishna. Swayameva karyate. Krishna does his own work. Everybody thinks he gets the credit. He did this, he did that. Just like that, in Ramayana, the biggest example is the Bharati, which means the bridge made of stones. All the monkeys did the bridge. Then Ramachandra was patiently waiting, okay, he'll get the gun. Then he takes the first step. Then you see, it's so small. I mean, nobody can, the entire army cannot go on that. It's just small tracks. Only one person can go there. So he puts his leg and then he decides, let this be like a highway, it expands. So the entire bridge expands. So the devotees ask, I mean, if you only are able to do everything, why do you in the first place make us do all this work? You could have done that before only. But that's how Krishna waits to see if we qualify to receive Krishna's mercy or then Krishna will give. Krishna only is doing it. That's the whole point. So, Ramchandra Bhagwan ki.
Yeah.
I forgot to say that there's no concrete in the temple except for the foundation.
Yeah, actually, these points are there, facts about the Ram
Yeah.
temple. Yeah. There is no, there are no iron pillars,
No, there's no
I-
concrete.
concrete.
No, the
Yeah, that's,
concrete is only in the foundation.
yeah.
All temples
I
are
thought,
built,
I think it is good.
no.
I didn't know about the
I heard
concrete.
there's concrete and there's, I forget how many meters or feet down below, they poured concrete.
Okay.
So